Hello everyone, welcome to Current Affairs series with Dr. Vivek Rana. Hope you are doing well. Topic for today's discussion is from international relations and you could link it with securities issues or IT as well. While reading editorials or some international relations current affairs, you might have come across certain terms like the 5I or the 9I or 14I alliance. So we'll be decoding what these terms signify because generally prelims based question can be asked on this. Yes, there is a main dimension as well since they are involved in the intelligence gathering and surveillance activities. So first of all, let's just decode what all countries are part of these alliances. The story starts with the 5I alliance. There are five powerhouses, you could say the developed countries which are part of this alliance, which include USA, UK, there is Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Genesis of this alliance dates back to 1946 after world wars have ended and the Cold War era had heralded. So there was an agreement between USA and UK, which is known as UK-USA agreement, in which it was accepted that they would share the critical intelligence between these two, which they feel is necessary. In 1948, Canada joined this alliance, so it became a trilateral, and in early 1950s, Australia and New Zealand also gave their consent to be part of this alliance. It was a well-guarded secret, and even the Prime Minister of Australia didn't know till 1970s that such a thing existed. It is only in the 2000s we have come across that such alliances at global level exist because we all know the individual intelligence units function in all of this. So they share the intelligence when it's required and which proves quite a critical one. So after the Snowden controversy, these terms are more and more in news and are familiar, and more or less countries are now familiar with this. So basically, their main aim is to track the suspicious or the terrorist activities so that the timely they can be intercepted, but at the same time such surveillance or you can say intelligence gathering poses a threat because this ambit is not just linked to the defense or some critical intelligence agencies. Sometimes the common man individual online activities are also tracked and their professional and their personal details are shared across the platforms, which at times could be in conflict with the privacy of the individual. So this intention of this alliance was mainly to share the intelligence and secret. Now coming to the 9I alliance, in 9I alliance, the 5I countries are included and these 9 and 14 are extended versions. So more countries are part of it. They don't share the as much details as these 5 countries, but at a time of need some critical resources or guidance or some assistance is provided at the critical juncture. So more or less this is more not as rigid or robust system as the 5I system, but nevertheless important one. So from examination point of view, should be aware what all countries are part of it. So apart from 5Is, there is Denmark, there is France. More or less these are European countries which are part of this sharing mechanism. There is Holland and then there is Norway. So it is easy to memorize. You could make your own some acronym DFHL type or some other thing which you feel will help in memorizing. In 14 I's alliance, apart from these 9 I's which we have already summed up, there are 5 other countries. Once again, the European powerhouses like Belgium, Italy, Germany, and then we have Spain and Sweden. Once again, if you want to point some acronym, it could be big S, you could say. It is easy to mark up. So this is what these terms are because they might try to confuse you because already in international relations there are numerous grouping G7, G8, G20. Then you have to mark up the BIMSTEC, SAR, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So this is one of the evolving themes which yet has not been asked in any of the competitive exams. So whenever it will come, it can be a bouncer for some of you in case you are not following the international. Otherwise, this year these terms have been in news more or less the 5I terms. So, and more countries are interested in some forming such pact because it becomes easier to track. Since the online activities are anonymous at times, and they can be used to fuel distress, or you could say antitrust, or you could say spread hate speeches and flare the communal violence. So at times such intelligence inputs can be of critical help. So this is what their intention is. Yes, the broader issue of privacy remains that this can be used for surveillance and it goes against the individual rights, but then that's how the state is. So I hope you have a fair idea of what these 5i, 9i and 14i alliances mean now. If you have any queries, you can just ask them and we will be more than happy to answer them. I hope this was useful in some way. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.